Alright, so for week 10 of winter anime, more of these shows are doing cool things. I kind of added more shows to the rotation just because I want to experience a lot of them. A lot of these shows this season have been pretty mid. Like, they're really solid, just it's been so top heavy with the kind of, all the season 2s, Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen. So it's like, they're decent shows, but then it's like hard to like consume everything because there's like a lot of other decent shows like Horimiya and all the isekais and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm trying my best. But yeah, overall, it's not a bad problem to have, just a bunch of choice when watching anime. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's start off with Salsa Work Black episodes 9 to 12. So I've been keeping up with this anime and like I really like the story so far. The ending for episode 12 was just like pretty powerful. It had me on the edge of my seat. But then like before we get there, let's talk about how we get there. So we started off with like episode 9. All the white blood cells are kind of like dying down because they're just like overworked. And most of them have been killed off by like all these diseases and didn't have a chance to recover. So our main white blood cell waifu is still there, along with her and two other people in her squad. But then yeah, their numbers are like seriously diminished and they don't really have time to recover. And yeah, a lot more problems happening. I think in the stomach there's like H. pylori, which are just like viruses in the stomach that yeah keep attacking. So yeah, every time a problem happens, it really gets fixed by like outside sources, just like modern medicine. So yeah, it's no different here. The thing is that like while they're in the stomach are red blood cells. Uh, he's like the rookie of the year, him and his boy. They're also they see new rookies in training coming, so all of them are together and then they have to do a mission in the stomach. The red blood cells like really trying to deliver oxygen more and more, even though they're in some like collapsed like area in the stomach where just like the walls are caving in on them. They still have to deliver oxygen. So he's doing this with his friend, and then when they're in the stomach, one of the floor collapses. His friend like saves his life, and then the main guy sees his friend just like die in the stomach acid. So yeah, pretty brutal stuff there. His friend, like he was a legit main character, and then yeah, he died. The partner red blood cell. So it's like a big turning point because then our main red blood cell, who likes to work hard, like deliver oxygen no matter what issue is happening, he's kind of like got depression now. So our red blood cell, he actually goes to the spleen, and this is pretty interesting. The spleen looks like kind of like a suicide line, where if you have like if you finish your job you're just old and withered, and then you go here as your final days to just like die, be sacrificed because yeah you've nothing left to contribute. So yeah, it looks like a suicide line, but it's meant for people that are just like old, not people that are depressed. But yeah, our red blood cell goes here. He's just like sad that he's all about the delivering the oxygen, but then that got his friend killed, so he just feels guilt. He sees that like there's nothing left to do, everything is for all for nothing. But when he goes there, there's like a cool kind of judge guy. He's called the Red Pulp, and then yeah, he just yells at the red blood cell, "What are you doing? You're still young. You still got more work to do." So yeah, he doesn't let the red blood cell let him kill himself, and then yeah, the red blood cell dude, he realizes that there's still like stuff to do. Don't let my boy's sacrifice be for nothing. So yeah, he goes back. He sees and then there's like an issue where there's like this crystallized thing appearing. All the white blood cells think it's a germ, but it's actually like crystallized uric acid from just like remnants of waste from the body. So yeah, they shoot at it, but it's actually part of the body, so they're causing pain to the body. And this is located in the toe. So then they tell us, yeah, this is gout. When your own white blood cells, your own body sees that like there's some crystallized items, they confuse it as a germ. They attack it and it causes like severe pain. So yeah, they feel kind of like conflicted. They're like, damn, we cause pain to the body. We're hurting when we're supposed to protect it. So yeah, all these problems are piling up on each other. Just like people are dying, gout, lack of oxygen being delivered. So then now our red blood cell, he's had enough. He stopped being depressed, now he wants to do action. But he's not that good guy anymore. Now he just like goes hard. He's yelling, like he's starting like a protest, like a riot, where he like takes like a metal pipe and he's like, the body needs to learn, okay? We can't fix it ourselves. We need the dude in control to like change his unhealthy eating habits. So change his unhealthy living habits. So yeah, he takes like a pipe and just like beats up on the walls, punches it with his bare hands. Like he's just like kind of like going berserk. And then the white blood cell sees this. She gets all kind of sad, and then she realizes that this isn't the way to do it. Yeah, protesting, letting the guy know that you're had enough. Yeah, that's fine, but we still got to do our jobs at the end of the day. That's pretty much the moral of the story. Like, no matter what happens, you still got to do your job, even if you're dying. So yeah, she hugs the red blood cell. It's a pretty nice moment because then yeah, they're like kind of reforged their bond and now they're like back together working. The red blood cell, you know, everyone thought he was like depressed and like he quit his job, but no, he's back. And yeah, they all congratulate him. He's all there. And then now he's working with the rookies. So yeah, they're delivering oxygen. But yeah, in episode 12, it's kind of tragic because you can see like the walls of the arteries just like being clogged, and then like the clogging just like causes them to collapse. So yeah, I guess they're just like blood clots, just like being everywhere in the arteries, and then the main one is in the heart. So we haven't really talked about the heart too much in this anime, but yeah, they saved it for last because one of the major arteries in the heart gets clogged, and now no blood can flow through it. I think they said your heart requires like maybe 5% of the total blood in your whole body to function. But yeah, if you shut that off, there's no oxygen, no nutrients, no nothing being delivered to the heart. The leaders of the body, like they make a PSA. Oh, thanks for your work, but yeah, it's over. We're dead. So yeah, that's pretty tragic, pretty funny though, because it's like, yeah, all our work is for nothing. And then this was episode 12. I thought this was a 12 episode show. I thought like we'd end it there because it ended with all the lights turning off and the body just dying. I was like, wow, what a powerful ending. But no, there's one episode left. So yeah, good swerve there. But yeah, I was just like so much tension there in this episode. So yeah, I really liked how they portrayed the story. It got a bit repetitive in the middle where they were just like, oh yeah, do this, do that, and then all these problems are happening, but then outside sources are fixing it. But now it's like real shit right now. So yeah, the body is like pretty much dead, but I guess they'll recover since there's a final episode. Maybe yeah, modern medicine will help cure it. But yeah, just like moral of the story, your body's trying to work hard to protect you, like do its basic functions. Now you just gotta take care of yourself. So very intense final few episodes. Where there's series, there's just like a huge death theme going on. Like it feels just like Persona 3-ish. So yeah, death is inevitable when it comes to like this type of body. But hey, it's never too late to take care of yourself. Okay, so for Dr. Stone, The Stone Wars, episode 9. Another cool episode, another edition of the Stone Wars where, yeah, it's over. We won the battle. Because Senku, he was in the cave trying to conjure up something, while Tsukasa and Hyoga were out here just like dominating people. I think they knew it was like a battle of just like buying time. They can't beat Tsukasa. Hyoga's fighting Kohaku one on one, so yeah, she's doing her best trying to avoid the spears. And then Tsukasa, they try to do like team up attacks on him, but then yeah, even if 3 people try to gang up on him, he just like beats them up so easily. So yeah, Senku's plan while everyone is fighting, he makes the bat pea, the nitric acid. He wants to make it into an explosive. But the thing is that like he doesn't have enough power. It's just like the bat pee and some poop. So that's literally all they have, and then he's waiting for a reaction but it's not coming. And then Chrome comes to the rescue. He has a little bit of that sulfuric acid. So yeah, they combine all of that, and they make a super powered explosive. And it's I'm not sure if it's nitroglycerin, but it's something from dynamite. So yeah, it's just like some type of explosive with nitric acid, and just like a little bit mixed with fire or whatever, just it makes like a huge explosion. So everyone sees this. He throws some paper airplanes made by Gen, and then yeah, just like huge explosions in the air. They don't kill anyone yet, but it's like if you're caught up in that blast, like hundreds will die. So yeah, Senku finally shows his trump card. We could fight, but everyone's gonna die. So then Tsukasa realizes this, and then they're like, okay, we're in a stalemate now. So yeah, we know Senku has like a reason for everything. So yeah, Tsukasa's like, the fact that you made a stalemate means like you might have something you want to talk about. And then yeah, Senku's like, yeah, we want a truce. Because if you attack us, we have a Ukyo throwing explosive arrows. But then, yeah, it's like a Tsukasa versus Senku. It's like weapons versus manpower. So then, Hino Tsukasa has kind of like noble intentions. I don't know if genocide is considered a good thing, but yeah, Tsukasa doesn't like adults. And then, we don't really know why, but we just know that he kind of struggled in life. Like his dad was kind of an alcoholic, didn't really care, and then his sister was brain dead. So his little sister, I guess like that's his main driving force. I remember in season one it was briefly mentioned, but now it's like a huge but now it's like a huge point coming up. So yeah, Tsukasa, he was ever since he was young, he was trying to fight. I guess trying to train, get money to help his sister out. So yeah, he became the strongest primate high school dude because of like yeah his trying to save his sister. But then yeah, after like the whole world is turned to stone, Senku's like, we got a chance to rescue your sister, because yeah this is like another point that they've been hammering home. The stone people, once they get unfrozen, all their wounds and like injuries are healed. So it's just like they just get returned into being like peak human form. No injuries, no nothing. So yeah, I'm not sure how deep that goes, if it affects the brain, but yeah, maybe if they unfreeze Sukasa's sister, then yeah, she'll be back to normal. Like he can actually talk to her. So yeah, Tsukasa kind of changes his motivation now. He realizes that yeah, Senku can save his sister, so that's the most important thing. So yeah, they stop all of the fighting and change courses. So yeah, a huge shift happening. I guess it was kind of nice. It wasn't really out of nowhere thing. It was kind of like a nice way to end off the battle. Like you don't really want to kill off anyone yet, so just like oh, have a nice stalemate where Tsukasa joins your side for the time being. So yeah, they all go to the area where the hospital ruins are. Senku has some dynamite that like uses it to blow up some of the bedrock. And then yeah, after some work and digging, they find his sister's stone body. And yeah, they're about to unfreeze it. So yeah, Tsukasa kind of I wouldn't say he joins the party since he still has genocide and he doesn't want to rescue the adults. So his goal is still there. But the thing is that it was like a nice conclusion, just like it gave us a good reason to stop fighting. But there's still like some tension in the air where, you know, what are we gonna do after the truce is over? But Senku guarantees that yeah, he wants to do everything to save people. He doesn't lie about science. Science is his one thing. So yeah, I really love that about him. And yeah, we end the episode there where like the battle is over. You can see Hyoga, he saw the dynamite, like the explosives, and then he's just like, bruh, that's some good shit. So he seems to be a bit evil now. And I guess if this series is lacking an antagonist now, well, Hyoga is there to maybe be that guy. Oh, he also takes off his kind of mask covering, so we see he has like a bunch of markings on his mouth, so yeah, pretty creepy there. Okay, so for ReZero Season 2, Part 2, Episode 10, we see Amelia doing the third trial, while there's like a bunch of like cool action happening in the mansion. So yeah, pretty fun episode. I guess we'll cover the Amelia stuff first, since she's seeing like the future now. So it was like as I thought, the trials are the past, present, and future. And in the future trial, kind of Echidna's salty that Amelia is just like winning so hard. So she shows Amelia a bunch of just like tragic, bleak futures. So like she was trying to break Amelia's spirit. You know, Amelia like knows that oh, this stuff, it's not gonna happen for sure. You know, we could change it. So yeah, very logical thinking by her. Like you know, the witch is salty. She's trying to like break her spirit. You just gotta like stay strong and be hopeful. And yeah, Amelia has that hope. So yeah, all these futures don't really phase her. Even though like we don't really know what happens. Like we just hear voices of stuff that like you know people are dying and stuff. So yeah, she finally finishes the trial, and then she sees the Witch of Wrath hanging out at the tea party. So it's only her. Echidna is nowhere to be seen. And it's that Windows XP type of background where they have the tea party in. So yeah, just it's the Witch of Wrath, and you know they drop in these lore bombs so much. Yeah, the Witch of Wrath seems to know Amelia. Maybe the Witch of Wrath is her real mother. Like Fortuna is not her birth mother, but you know it's so hard to tell because Fortuna is Puck as of now. I'm assuming. So yeah, the Witch of Wrath seems to know Amelia. Yeah, they kind of hug each other. So I don't know what that's about, but maybe the Witch of Wrath is related to Amelia. But yeah, besides that, Amelia's like, maybe one day I can have a tea party with all the witches together and we'll be friends. Which I don't think is a good idea since some of the witches are actually crazy. Like the Witch of Wrath is kind of like the more good, level-headed type of person, but yeah. Anyway, she passes the third trial. You know, the future is looking bleak, but Amelia could solve it. So then, yeah, after all that happens, a ton of action is going on in the mansion. Subaru, Otto, and all the maids are trying to run. There's like these huge beasts coming from melee, and then they like burn it with fire, but then they set the whole mansion on fire. Also, Garfield and Elsa having a cool fight. Garfield realizes something. I don't know if he has like 1,000 IQ or something, but he seems to know Elsa's backstory from like fragments of his past. So he sees that, oh, you're a vampire, right? And then yeah, Elsa's kind of happy. Oh, you know my backstory? Wow, that's pretty cool of you. And then yeah, he keeps going on about how she talks about being immortal, so he can't kill her. But then Garfield's like, oh, if I beat you up hard enough, maybe I can kill you. So yeah, they keep fighting back and forth, pretty hard fight. They're like biting each other, you know, punching each other. Garfield's turning into the big monster tiger man. But yeah, it's like pretty much a stalemate so far. But then Garfield has this kind of like divine protection, which is if he's standing on flat ground, his attacks are guaranteed to hit you. Kind of like his domain expansion, I guess. But yeah, that's like pretty powerful technique, and I guess it makes him strong enough to beat Elsa. Cause after like they bite each other's necks, he like lifts. I think he lifts up a huge magic beast, kind of like a hippo or something, or was it like a big piece of rubble? Well, anyway, it's like a 2-ton rock, and he just smashes it at Elsa, just like crushes her flat. So I'm not sure if it killed her, but damn, you know, Garfield kind of went off. But then the big thing that happened was in the end of the episode. Ram and Rosewall, they get into another fight. Like I was just like blown away at this actually. So Ram admits her feelings to Rosewall. Oh, I love you. It's no secret, but I think we found out a few episodes ago that Rosewall was the reason that Ram's village, all the demons, she lost her horn and everything. Rosewall was sent the attackers there. So like throughout this whole like series, season 1 and season 2, it's like why does Ram love Rosewall? We have no idea still. It's just like she was working at with him as a maid, maybe as revenge, but you know she loves Rosewall for whatever reason, and she confesses it. It's very similar to Rem's confession, all the music and stuff. Like, you know, it made me feel a bit nostalgic. So yeah, Rosebud gets kind of angry. It's like, damn, yo, like I killed your people, you still love me, yo, that makes no sense. And then they start fighting. I think Puck just like throws a bunch of ice at him, and then Ram also does like a combo attack, and then she kind of gets injured, but she steals his diary and burns that shit. So that was her goal, to burn that diary. It like brought her memories of like Beatrice and Echidna and all of that, which we don't know 100% about. But I guess now the diary is burnt, he can finally like live his own path. But it was such a powerful ending. I was like, okay, I don't know where to put my emotions. I don't know how I should process this, but just like cool action and confession scene as Ram gets pretty injured, but she destroys Rosewall's journal. Okay, so for Jujutsu Kaisen episode 22, I guess it's a more chill episode now, where we're actually getting like their missions, their school life, because you know it's like we've been spoiled so many fights, just like the Junpei fights, the Mahito fights, and now the Hanami and inter-school tournament fights. So now we're actually doing more Jujutsu stuff, similar to like the early parts of the season. So yeah, they're the kids, Nobara, Megami, and Yuji. They're all in some car trying to solve this case. A bunch of dudes, they kind of got killed by this cursed spirit that like left their door open for a couple weeks, and then yeah, they just died. So yeah, no one really knows what their link is, but then they realize they've been all in the same middle school together. So they decide to visit that middle school, see like what the problem is, and then they realize this is Megami's middle school, and he beat up a bunch of dudes here, so that's pretty funny. And then yeah, Nobara and Yuji kind of joke about this a lot. A lot of like cool, funny facial expressions and them just like trolling Megami. So yeah, more kind of just like stuff where, you know, these dudes are like solving cases instead of just like fighting 24/7. So I really love these types of episodes because they actually show a bunch of like decent world building for like the Jujutsu Kaisen world. They realized that everyone that was like targeted by this cursed spirit, they had a thing where they went bungee jumping over this bridge as like a test of courage. There's probably like a cursed spirit around the bridge. They go investigate it. They actually like throw Yuji there bungee jumping off screen, but like yeah, they could not find the cursed spirit there at the daytime. So then they meet up with another girl. She seems to be friends with Megumi's sister. And then, yeah, we didn't really know this. Megumi has a sister. We saw this throughout the series. I thought that girl, the black haired girl, was his mother. But no, that's apparently his sister. And she's cursed, so she's like sleeping or something. So, yeah, we know now that is Megumi's sister. So that's important lore out here. And then the thing is, that girl, she says, oh, she's been bungee jumping as well back in the day. And now she sees stuff like the door in one of her houses is forever open. It was like an automatic door, but it's open for her. So yeah, that's the sign that she's gonna be targeted next. So yeah, once you're targeted and you see the signs of like an automatic door like being open for you, you only have like maybe 2 weeks left to live. So yeah, Megumi realizes that his sister also went bungee jumping, so he has to fix this ASAP because his sister's kind of in a weakened state since she's cursed somewhere else. So she's suffering from a different curse, and now she might die to this curse. Because apparently this is like an automatic curse, where you can't really cleanse it from the person's body. You have to defeat the actual target. So yeah, pretty cool mystery being solved out here. They realize that this is probably stronger than they were signed up to do. So Megumi tells Yuji and Obara that we should drop this mission. We should wait for like the higher grade sorcerers to come in because there's only grade 2 like available, and this might be like a special grade or something. But then yeah, the thing is, Megumi, as he does, he goes by himself to solve the mission because he wants to save his sister. He only has a little bit of time left to save his sister because he doesn't know when she'll die, and he doesn't want to involve anyone else. He doesn't want to like sacrifice his friends. Yuji and Obara just follow him, so it's pretty funny. Just like he's rushing in to do this himself, going into the bridge at night, and Yuji and Obara's like, "Yo, you're silly if you think you're gonna go here by yourself." So they all go. They realize that you have to go on the bridge at nighttime to see the spirit, and then you have to cross this river under the bridge, and then you can see the cursed spirit's domain. So they enter it. They're in this like kind of trippy demon world. It's probably like an incomplete domain, like they saw earlier in the juvenile detention center. So yeah, if they defeat the spirit, they're good to go. So they start fighting it. The thing is, a new spirit comes in. It's like this blue type of monster that looks pretty strong. And then Yuji's like, leave this to me. And then we see that Mahito actually created that spirit for like a separate purpose. I think he wants to control this bridge demon for some reason. But now, yeah, the episode ends. There's probably a fight gonna happen between our 3 team members and then the 2 cursed spirits. So yeah, these episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen are pretty nice, We finally finished the big ass fights happening, so just like we need to see more school life, seeing how the kids interact with each other. And like I guess more of Megumi's backstory. Probably one of the more interesting characters since he's so mysterious. Okay, so for Wonder Egg Priority Episode 9, we get some of Neru's backstory, which is pretty kind of interesting. It was like a decent emotional episode, as well as just like progressing the story a lot. So basically, Neru invites the squad to her house because it's like I guess she's trying to open up to them, be friends. They're all kind of weirded out. It's like, yo, Neru's actually inviting us somewhere. So yeah, it's not Neru's house. It's like her kind of workplace, her facility. And then we realized that Neru is like a test tube baby. Apparently she's like part of a group called Platy, which is this like elite like genius people. So yeah, that's there. And then, yeah, Neru's like parents were both Platy, and then she didn't really know them, but then yeah, she grew up in this company, and she became a genius here. They also see like you can see her memories on screen. So they actually invent technology where you can actually see people's dreams inside their brain and just project it through like a movie. So yeah, a bunch of just like nice supernatural stuff I guess ties into the egg world. But yeah, I guess the main thing is we see that Neru, she had another scientist friend. She's kind of brain dead, and then her body is in Neru's room in like some preserved cryo chamber. And then Neru recalls back where she recently saved her in the egg world. And then it kind of gave her some closure, like, oh, why'd you die? Why'd you have to do this? It's revealed that her friend did a bunch of like experiments on her own body to like, I guess look for something. So her friend Kotobuki, that's her name. She's like described as an albino because she has like pale white skin. Apparently she has like research into like other dimensions, kind of exploring this multiverse, I guess, like multiple different realities where like you just turn your brain into a different plane. But yeah, that kind of like killed her, but she's still like being preserved. But yeah, Naru sees her in the egg world. The Wonder Killer is this dude that wants to experiment on her body. So yeah, they defeat him pretty well. They like have some tag team attacks, which is he asks them like a question and then like they answer it and like kill him. So yeah, I guess the main thing here is that like she wants her body to be destroyed. Like she wants Naru to disconnect her life support so no one experiments on her. And then after that, all seems well. It's pretty emotional because Ai's like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You don't have to kill your friend. And then Naru's like all kind of closed off, but then Ai goes sees her again and stops her. And then Naru, yeah, has second thoughts. And then after that, we see that Naru's kind of caretaker, that woman with the afro. She is working with the egg people. Like they're talking to each other, talking about how like, oh, these girls committing suicide, that needs to happen. So are they being powered up by suicidal girls? Because Momo and Rika also like listen in on this. So they realize there's some deep plot happening, where like Akka and Uruaka, they're all evil. I don't know like if evil is the right word, but yeah, their intentions are really mysterious, and it bleeds into the real world. So yeah, Neru's caretaker is even like in the egg world talking to these people. But yeah, overall they're just telling us that the people in the egg world are the cause of girls committing suicide. So I wonder how they'll tie that up. Are these guys feeding off of like suicidal girls' emotions, similar to like Madoka? But yeah, I guess we'll find out. This episode did a good job leaving us with a lot of questions and giving us like bits of answers. Also, Neru's backstory was pretty nice. It wasn't really her full backstory. It was just like about her scientist friend who like got brain dead because of her experiments. But I guess I like the fun, actiony girls fighting theme going on. Okay, so for Higurashi When They Cry, episode 23, another pretty solid episode where we get more of Satoko's time traveling shenanigans. Where she sees that if she's traveling so much, looping all these times, Keiichi and all the other people, they seem to remember bits and pieces of it. So if she's doing it like a million times, these dudes are like remembering and getting traumatized. They're like, oh shit, I did this in some past timeline. Oh, I was a killer. But they don't really know the full deal. So Satoko asks the demon girl from the spiritual world, why is this happening? And she's just like, oh, if you're really close to someone, your actions will like impact them even throughout the time loop. And it's kind of like a permanent thing. So yeah, you gotta be careful. She also asked her what her name is. What do you call her? I thought her name was like Featherine from like the other series, like the Umineko, but no, it was funny because Satoko kind of stumbles on what to call her. She's like, and then she decides her name is Aya-san, as like for a stutter. So yeah, Awa is her name as of now. And yeah, she's doing the spectating, giving Satoko the time travel powers. And then she advises her that, hey, you can actually change people if you do it enough times. So then that's where the main thing is going in the story, where Satoko is changing her method. So she's changing her uncle. So it looks like his uncle is like living through multiple time loops in like a few seconds. And like each time loop ends with him like dying, being unhealthy, just like, living a tragic life. So then after enough of these loops happen, he realizes that I need to change. He's still like kind of his evil self, where he's a bit abusive and angry, but he goes to like a casino and he sees kids and he's like, oh, maybe I should visit Satoko again, say sorry, protect her. So yeah, he meets up with Satoko. He gives her some donuts and stuff. It's like pretty awkward, but he's trying to be nice. So this is kind of like, insane. This like abusive dude, kind of like the most irredeemable, like normal type of guy. Yeah, like he's had a huge change of heart where he's trying to like protect Satoko, talk to her, reestablish their broken relationship, even after all of this. So the fact that he's not abusive anymore, that's huge. So then yeah, he's kind of like a tsundere now. She sees a bunch of delinquents that harass her, and then the uncle comes in and fights them off, and they go to jail, and then Satsuko like vouches for him. So yeah, it's like he's like a good guy now. And then when he's in the prison, he's being interrogated by Oishi, the detective, and he's like, yo, this is not like you at all. And he's like, yeah, this is not like me at all. This is kind of meta. They know they're not like their established written personalities, so yeah, it's just like weird. But yeah, I mean, I guess all good. You change a child abuser to like a normal, safe dude. Like I'm all for that. And then yeah, at the end he tries to you know, pat Satoko's head or something, and then she like flinches because the abusive signs. Thing is, Satoko should know like in this timeline you're kind of invincible, so why are you flinching? But yeah, I guess that's trauma. But they realize that they're trying to build something, so I'm not sure where this will go either. We're seeing like Satoko's attempts, what she's trying to do, and here she's trying to change her uncle. So, I mean, I'm down for that. But yeah, not a lot of Rika Satoko action this episode, just Satoko doing her own thing in the time loops. So I'm curious to see how they'll go there. But yeah, I think they're showing more of Satoko's stuff, establishing her as like the stuff she did as a villain before we get a confrontation between her and Rika. So for the quintessential quintuplet, season 2, episode 10, another jam-packed episode with a bunch of plot developments happening. A big thing was that Futuro and this dude Takeda, he's like the blonde dude in his class. They're talking about how Futuro's grades are dropping because of the quintuplets. So he's like, "Yo, you guys are holding him back." And then they kind of admitted, "Yeah, we are." But then Futuro's like, "Nah, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna balance tutoring these people as well as like my own grades." And then he kind of bets on it with him. He's like, "On the national mock exam, I guarantee I'll get a top 10." So yeah, it's kind of a stack for him. He's just like, you know, getting more motivation to study as well as help the quintuplets. And then yeah, they're trying to study as well. They're trying to do their best. But then they also want to give him a birthday present, all of them. So they're all like scheming behind their backs. Ichika actually makes a good point on how each five of the quintuplets are different. They like different things, but they all have to agree on liking Futuro for once. So that's pretty funny. They all like the same dude. Also, Futuro kind of goes on a date with Yotsuba here, and so much Yotsuba character development happening. Yotsuba fans rejoice. The Ribbon Girl gets a lot of play this episode because Futuro's kind of asked by his sister to give Futuro a present because of like how she helped him during one of their trips. So yeah, just Futuro and Yotsuba hanging out. He wants to give her a present, but Yotsuba's telling Futuro about all this stuff from the other girls, like a spa trip or this clothes that Nina would like. So nothing that Yotsuba wants herself. So we can see that Yotsuba, she's putting all her sisters in front of her. Like she's not trying to capitalize on her own needs. She's like leaving her for last. She doesn't feel like she deserves to like have nice things, I guess. But yeah, she still likes going on a date with Futuro. And it ends with them in a park, them kind of swinging on swings, seeing like the whole view from like the top of the swing. So yeah, just like cute development happening. Yotsuba finally sees her feelings. Like, damn, I really like Futuro, and oh, this you didn't have to give me a present. This was my present. So yeah, that was hella cute by Yotsuba. And then at the end, they have like another class trip where it's like 5 people groups. So they all kind of want Futuro to be in their group, but then there's 5 sisters. So it's like Yotsuba's offering, oh, why don't we all be in the same group, but all drop out, so all of you and Futuro can be in the same group. So we can see again Yotsuba, they're hammering the point home as she puts all her other sisters' needs before her. And then it was funny because all the sisters were scheming to get Futuro in their group. But then yeah, Futuro made his own group while all the sisters are left to be in the same group together again. So yeah, it's really awkward now because now all the sisters know that they're all targeting Futuro. Like Nino, Miku, Ichika, even Yotsuba and Itsuki in the back, they're all just like shamelessly targeting him now. So, we got better things to do than study. It's harem time. Very spicy developments happening, but I was really proud of the Yotsuba showcase this episode. Also, I just want to talk about some other stray shows that I've been keeping up on. Let's start off with Horimiya, episodes 3 to 10. So I stopped reviewing this after the first 2 episodes because it was just like, a nice romantic story. It wasn't too deep, just like, very tropey. A bunch of cool characters, colorful hair, colorful eyes, and just like cute high school setting. But yeah, I guess I was curious how the plot would develop, I guess. So yeah, when I was watching it, so far, typical developments. I guess Hori and Miyamura did get closer. I think one episode early on, Hori got kind of sick, and then Miyamura just straight up confessed his feelings, and then it got all awkward. But then they kind of resolved that, and now they're really happy together. They kind of made it public too, so people are starting rumors and stuff. Oh, Hori and me are dating. Wow, that emo kid. But yeah, we also see Hori's dad. He's kind of like a deadbeat, but it's funny. He has like a good heart, but it's just like kind of the tropey deadbeat dad. The mom is kind of hostile towards him with her airy personality. And then yeah, more cool stuff like Miyamura cuts his hair because people were talking shit, and now they see his piercing. So like he's like ascended from being like the loser to just like normal cool guy. The blonde haired girl Yuki and the purple haired dude Toru, they're kind of like they're getting closer. They had like a point where this handsome red haired dude, I think his name was Akane, and he has bad eyesight. And then he asks Yuki out, like, oh, he has feelings for her, and she's like, nah, you're too hot, like I can't do it. So yeah, just random dude confessed his feelings to Yuki, but yeah, she rejected him, and yeah, she has like feelings for Toru now. So yeah, the green haired girl Sakura with the glasses, she also has feelings with the purple haired dude Toru. So it's funny because Toru liked Tori, and she rejected him, and now these two other girls are trying to get him. But yeah, Yuki seems to be winning that race. So yeah, the most recent episode actually has Sakura crying because she sees them together. Yuki's also pretty cute, and then it's pretty funny. I like her design where her sweaters are comically large for her arms, so she has like these arm sweaters hanging out of her hands. The student council president and Remy are getting closer. I think they admit their feelings. So yeah, pink-haired girl Remy out here. Hori's little brother, he gets kind of jealous that Miyamura might take Hori away from me, but then Miyamura assures him no. Where I'll be your big brother. So nice, cute stuff. Very tropey this anime, but very solid love story. So for I Was Reincarnated as a Slime season 2, episode 7 to 9. So this is kind of at the aftermath of Clayman's attack. The humans attack the monster kingdom, and Rimuru is finally there. He sees like the aftermath, which is pretty brutal because people actually died here. It was pretty sad. I was honestly like, damn, they actually killed all these people. Rimuru was trying to like hold in his anger because it's like the first time he's like really, really been tested. Like the people he's following, they died in his stead. He couldn't protect them. And then, everyone tries to blame themselves. They're like, oh, we should have been stronger. We shouldn't have depended on you. But Rimuru's like, no, it's definitely not your fault. I should have known better. And then, yeah, he also kind of uplifts the rule because it's like he made it so he forbid, like, the monsters from attacking humans. And they had no way to kind of retaliate. But Rimuru's like, no, I'm changing that rule. So we're still not going to attack humans straight up. But we're going to be, like, try to be on equal footing, first of all. So it's like he's trying to solve the issue of monster-human inequality. But then first he has some other things he has to settle. One, we see Shion and a bunch of these goblins die. So there was that group of 3 adventurers, like the girl and then 2 dudes. And then we saw them in season 1. They're back here. They visit the Monster Kingdom. And they're like, Rimuru, there's a chance to resurrect dead people. And when she said that, I'm like, bruh. Wow, very convenient of you. But hey, it was actually a pretty cool way to resurrect people. So you can't really do it outright. They tell us a story about becoming a demon lord. And we see like a story of Milim's origins. So Milim's dad was a dragon and her mom was human. So yeah, they had relations. I guess the mom's a champ for taking that dragon. But yeah, Milim's half dragon. And then one day her dad gave her this kind of dragon copy of him. So it's like a little baby dragon. And then one day the people attack Milim. One of the kings, because they want to like see her suffer for some reason. So yeah, her dragon friend died. She got all angry and then retaliated, and she killed 10,000 people in the kingdom. So after that, she became a demon lord. Because if you take like a bunch of lives, I guess 10,000 is the upper limit they're using. Then yeah, you transfer into becoming a demon lord. And when you become a demon lord, you like pour your emotions, and then you can resurrect the dead. So yeah, that dragon that was killed, she brings it back. The thing is, if you bring back a dead thing with that type of power, their soul is just like long gone. So it's just like kind of a husk with no soul. So it's just like a mindless dragon that Milim had to kill. So what we can learn from the story, there's a low percentage chance, but if Rimuru becomes a demon lord, then he can resurrect the dead. And since there's a magical barrier around him, they're thinking that the souls of the people are trapped in this barrier. So Rimmer's like, don't lift the barrier yet. Let me become a demon lord. I'll resurrect these people, and their souls are still here, so they'll be back to normal. So that's actually like kind of a sick plot point. We see the isekai protagonist. He's not fighting the demon lord. He's becoming a demon lord. So yeah, Rimmer plans to attack this army coming into him. They're coming for like a round two, and they have 20,000 people. It was like the demon lord Clayman, his forces, just straight up trying to attack. So yeah, Rimmer's like, I'm gonna solo this. So yeah, very cool continuation of the season so far. Just Rimmer's forces, people are dying. I think it kind of cheapened Shion's death a bit though. Like I thought it was pretty powerful she died, but yeah, it's fine. Rimmer's trying to become a demon lord, which is pretty huge. Also, we see that green-haired girl. Her name is Miren, and yeah, she has no heart. She has kind of like her heart is taken by the demon lord, so that's why she's like following his orders, or she'll just straight up die. So Rimmer replaces her heart with a fake artificial heart, and yeah, she's back to normal. So all the plot points are mostly resolved. So all that's left is Rimmer becoming a demon lord and saving his people. So yeah, he's really out here. Okay, so for Redo of a Healer, episode 7 to 9, more harem stuff happening. I guess here we get Eve, the new. She was the demon lord of the old timeline, and now she's here like 4 years ago, so she's a bit younger now, and she's not like the demon lord yet. So Kerguru, like, he sees his opportunity. He's not like, I don't force people to have sex with me, but he saves her life, so he's kind of manipulating her while she's young. He's like, I'm gonna help you become the demon lord, and you should follow me, or else, like, we can protect you. So yeah, that's what he's offering. Thing is, him, Flare, and Setsuna, they're like straight up having sex in front of her, and then he kind of does that hentai thing, where he tells her, hey, you're a grown woman, right? This shouldn't faze you. He's like teasing her, like treating her like a child, but then he's straight up waving his cock around her. So she's eventually gonna be added to the harem. And then they see Norn coming up, doing her evil things, trying to probably get Keigaru to like get baited, as well as Blade, one of the other targets of his revenge. So yeah, a lot of stuff's coming together, but Eve is slowly getting integrated to the harem. I feel like maybe next episode she's straight up gonna just join the harem. They've been teasing it for 2 episodes now, so I feel like episode 10, you're gonna see some Eve action, you degenerates. I straight up still don't like this anime. The isekai elements, I guess they're slightly deeper than generic, where like, there's a bit of world building, a bit of just like how people and kingdoms interact. They're in like a new kingdom now where like the animal people and the humans, they they're interact equally. But still like I really don't care about this plot at all. It's just like the isekai elements of just Keigaru trying to save the world, like make people equal, trying to do his thing. I couldn't care less. But I'm still watching, so that anime has that on me. Okay, so for Jobless Reincarnations, episode 7 to 10, the show is being pretty solid. Still, like, I love the story. I guess we're trapped in the Eris arc as of now because him and Rudius have like such a close relationship now. He keeps teaching her. He actually rescues her from being kidnapped and everything, so she's like warming up to him. She's still her angry tsundere self, but she has Rudius like to look out for. So I guess a big thing that happened is that it was Rudius's birthday coming up, but he couldn't really celebrate it because he's part of like the other family, so they have like some family feuds going on. Just like the Grey Rats are all they're pretty wild. So yeah, they have a secret birthday for him, but then he like picks up on it very fast. So yeah, he pretends it's a surprise, and then yeah, he gets like a new staff as his birthday present. Although it's pretty funny, like, so Eris's mom, we thought she kind of hated him. She wants to adopt him into the family because 2 of her sons were shipped off to the other family. They have like these family stuff going on that I'm not paying 100% attention to, but it's probably going to be explained. Eris's dad actually tells him, hey Rudius, if you want to be part of this family, you want to kind of overthrow the old regime, you can straight up have my daughter, and we can do this. And then Rudius is like, no. So, all this politics, Rudius does not want to get involved. But then him and Eris get super close. He kind of like tries to, go like all the way with her. But she slaps him, like he kisses her, and then when he tries to touch her, like that's when, he gets punished. But it's his birthday, so he gets kind of like a pass. So, he doesn't get beaten up. Also after that, interesting thing happens. So Eris, Ghislaine, and Rudius were training outside, doing some sword stuff. And then this dude, I guess he sees, like there goes that thing in the sky, some mysterious stuff. But then yeah, I guess they sense Rudius, like he wasn't supposed to be here or something. He has too much magical powers. So then they just like throw a huge laser beam and try to like attack him. And then I guess they're not killed, but they seem to be blasted away somewhere. And then we see Rudius in some spiritual world talking to like the god of this place. He seems to be the god of humans, and he's just like some luminescent, glowing dude with no facial features. And then he tells Rudius that yeah, you're part of this world now. Don't worry about it. And then I'll help guide you. So he seems to be the isekai guide, but we're not sure if we should 100% trust him yet. But he seems to be telling Rudius what to do. So then yeah, he kind of like I guess saves his life, and now Rudius has even more cheat codes. So he gets saved by this guy Rougierd. He's green haired and he has like the crystal on his forehead. So he's part of the Spurge, like the demons of this world that are looked down upon. But he's actually a pretty nice guy. He saved Rudius. And then when Eris sees him, she gets all scared. She's like, don't eat me or anything. So yeah, they have the reputation of just like being scary and oppressed. And we see why, just because they had like their souls imbued into their weapons or something like that. And their third eye lets them see like more than usual. But then yeah, they're the fact that their souls are imbued to their weapons, someone sold them like these evil spears, so it just made them like attack each other and everything and go crazy. So yeah, they were just like betrayed. So he agrees with this, Rougierd. So he's trying to like restore the honor to his people. We see them go into like some different lands. It's like some deserty area, and then this is where Roxy grew up in this village. We see like Roxy's parents. So yeah, Rudius is straight up. He got Sylphia, Roxy, and Eris. They're all I don't know who he's gonna pick, but yeah, Roxy's parents are there, and then he says hi to them, and then they go off on adventures, Rudius, Eris, and Rougierd, because Rougierd wants to deliver them back to their kingdom. Like I guess they got blown away really far, so now they're doing stuff as adventurers. Rougierd is like kind of like killing people, but he likes protecting children, so he has like a strong sense of justice, but it might be a little too much. They're straight up just like keeping the story very fresh by changing settings really fast, time skips and everything. I think Rudius is like maybe 10 years old or 11 right now, so I guess Eris is having a lot of play this second half of the show. And I also think it's confirmed there's only 11 episodes this first half. There's going to be like a second core. So there's only one episode left, so I'm wondering where they go from there. Okay, and to end it off, Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 14. This is actually like a shortened episode, just because there was a magnitude 4.7 earthquake. Straight up in I think Wakayama, Japan. So yeah, I hope everyone there is doing good. Thanks for releasing this episode though. Just like they didn't release the whole thing, but 17 minutes, that's good enough for me. So yeah, probably one of the more hype episodes this year so far. Just like damn, a lot of stuff to talk about. So even if we didn't get the whole finish, we still got a strong section. So it starts off with Eren talking to Mikasa, Armin, and Gabby. They're all on the same table together. Eren's like, yo, keep your hands on the table. We'll have a civil discussion. And straight up, Eren just tells us what he thinks. He's like to Mikasa, you know what I hate? I hate slaves. I love being free. So yeah, we know this about him. He's trying to like be free. And then they're talking, asking him, yo, are you really joining Zeke? Like, what you doing? Why are you being controlled by him? And Eren's like, no, I'm not. And let me tell you why. So he tells Armin, yo, you know how you've been seeing Annie so much? That's kind of sus. And that's because you got Bertholdt's brain melded into yours. So, you ate him, now you have kind of his memories and feelings. So the fact that you're kind of in love with Annie now, seeing her a lot, you're being controlled by Bertholdt. You're being controlled by the enemy. So yeah, Eren dropping some bombs here. He also tells Mikasa, this was a pretty emotional scene, I guess. You're being controlled, like the Ackerman brain. Your genetics is just straight up wrong. Because you're made to take orders for the king. But then the fact that your brain was dormant and then Eren activated it when they were younger, it made her kill the kidnappers and gave her the scarf. That she's running her whole life as this like following Eren, following his orders, and Eren straight up like, that's disgusting. I hate slaves, and that's straight up what you are. So yeah, he just kind of like wrecks Mikasa's whole life. He's like, those headaches and stuff are happening. That's like your two personalities trying to fight. So yeah, the Ackerman family, they kind of tell us more about it from Eren's point of view. We straight up cannot take anything Eren says at face value, though. Like he could straight up be doing like Great Pretender and like being a double bait right here, and just lying to Armin and Mikasa to like, do some 200 IQ plan. So yeah, it's very funny seeing Eren just harass his friends, but there might be like some deeper meaning to it. Armin actually tries punching him, and Eren hits him back, and he's like, "Yo, Armin, we never fought when we were kids because like it would never be a fair fight." I guess the takeaway from the scene is that like he just said some harsh words to Armin and Mikasa. They got all emotional, and I guess we'll see where they go from here. They're taking all of them somewhere with Gabby as well. So, I wonder what Eren's gonna do. After that, the huge action scene happened. So, Zeke chilling with Levi. He's reading his book. They have all the soldiers, the 30 scouts, on bodyguard duty. So yeah, they're on the trees. Just Zeke has nowhere to go, and then Zeke just runs away, and yells. So this is where the spinal fluid wine comes in. All the scouts they drink the wine besides Levi. So, all of Levi's scout friends turn into titans right in front of him, dropping from the trees. Very emotional from him, because straight up they're hammering this point this whole series. Every one of Levi's friends, they straight up die. Levi cannot have anything nice. So yeah, he gets swarmed by the titans. He doesn't want to kill anyone, but they're pretty strong. I guess they're upgraded versions. So yeah, some titan power creep right here, because they can climb trees and jump and are a bit more agile, so Levi's having some trouble because he doesn't want to kill anyone. And then Zeke's running. He's like, "Oh, Eren knows where to meet me." So Zeke has these two titans carrying him, and he's running home free because he has his plan. Him and Eren have some secret plan that only them brothers know. But yeah, Levi ain't a bitch, so he's coming out there. He killed those titans and he's chasing after Zeke. Zeke sees this and he's like, "Bruh, like you should have died right here. What's wrong with you?" And now, part 3, Zeke versus Levi. Levi got the 2 records so far, although one of them's a technicality. But yeah, Zeke's just like kind of shitting his pants. He actually takes the Titan that was helping him. He turns into the Beast Titan, and then he like kind of crushes that Titan's skull and tries to throw like skull debris everywhere at Levi. But yeah, Levi just cuts some branches and confuses the Beast Titan. And he threw some of the explosives at the back of the Beast Titan. And then Zeke is straight up like this shriveled, blown up man. But Levi doesn't kill him yet. And the episode ends there, where Levi just straight up destroys the Beast Titan, but Eren's plans are escalating. I'm sorry, there had to be an earthquake in Japan. And yeah, I hope everyone's fine as we're inching closer to the finale.